Hi, welcome to Hathor Hills Organic, Mark. I hope you got everything we were looking for today.
Yes, I think I did actually. A friend of mine told me about this new diet she was trying, and I figured this seemed like the perfect place to go to give it a shot.
Oh yeah, well, you got that right. We do have different varieties of foods to choose from. So what's the diet that you're trying out?
It's called the Paleolithic diet. I'm sure you've heard of it somewhere.
Paleolithic diet? No, I don't think I've heard of it. What's it all about?
Excuse me, did you say the Paleolithic diet? I actually did a lot of research on it for a biology project, and I'm not surprised that you haven't heard of it because most people haven't.
Well, all of us talk about the Paleolithic diet. I mean, what is it exactly?
From what I've gathered from my research, in an article by Bethany Turner and Amanda Thompson titled Beyond the Paleolithic Prescription, Incorporating Diversity and Flexibility in the Study of the Human Diet Evolution, it's an ancestral diet characterized by higher protein, less fat, more essential fatty acids, lower sodium, and higher fiber.
The history of the human diet has changed considerably over the years. The Paleolithic diet, also known as a paleo diet, dates back 10,000 years. I actually have an article on my phone. I found it on PubMed.com, and it's called The Evolution of the Human Diet, Linking an Ancestral Diet to Modern Functional Foods as Means of Chronic Disease Preventions. And according to the article, it says shifts have occurred from diets in fruits, vegetables, lean meats, and seafood to processed foods, high in sodium and hydrogenated fats, and low in fiber.
The foods that were eaten in that era are completely different than the foods that are eaten today. According to a peer-reviewed article that I actually have on my phone as well, by Stanley Eaton and Stanley Eaton III, such diets were based chiefly on wild game, fish, and uncultivated plant foods. They provided abundant protein and high fiber. Not only were the foods they ate different, but there were also sources of vitamin, such as calcium. They didn't eat dairy products, which is a very large part of our diets today.
Wow, that's quite a bit of information all at once. I mean, do the changes we have seen in our diet have an effect on our health? Such as, problems associated with obesity or diabetes? And what about the calcium issue? I mean, how does the diet affect our bones?
There are quite a few health problems we've seen because of our diet. The people in the Stone Age didn't see. But to answer your question, yes, the changes from the paleo diet to our diet now is believed to have been one explanation for our recent health issues. I have another article on my phone. And according to the same article mentioned by Katie earlier, Evolution of the Human Diet, Linking Our Ancestral Diet to Modern Functional Foods and its Means of Chronic Disease Prevention, these dietary changes have adversely affected dietary parameters known to be related to health, resulting in an increase in obesity and chronic disease, including cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cancer.
As far as the bone structures go and the calcium, the paleo diet generally provided more calcium through wild plants than through milk. They received more than enough calcium to have healthy bones. However, in the far northern regions, they didn't receive quite enough calcium and often had problems such as osteoporosis. But just because they didn't have high bone mineral density, they very rarely saw fractures or broken bones. The size of their bones also played a large role, and calcium wasn't as essential in their cases.
Wow, with facts like that, you would think we'd all be on this diet right now. Just saying.
While all of these facts are essential to knowing why we aren't all on this diet, the Paleolithic has its pros, but it also has its cons.
Katie is right. There are disadvantages to the diet as well. The diet is low in vitamin D, and because of fish being such a large part of the diet, there are also potential risks of contaminating environmental toxins.
Well, it really seems like the pros outweigh the cons. I mean, where would we get the foods that they ate during those times? We don't have all that stuff.
The diet is based on natural foods found during the Paleolithic era, but nobody really knows what food is truly from the Paleolithic era because in different areas around that time, there would be different types of foods in different regions. For example, different types of game would have been hunted, and there would be different fruits and vegetables since they were not all from the same region. There's no specific set food group.
Also, there are considerable differences between the foods we have today, such as vegetables, than what we had in the paleo era. Our fruits and vegetables have been altered in so many ways, there really is no way for us to eat exactly like they did in that era.
So essentially, I mean, the Paleolithic diet is the preferred diet, as they said. But there really isn't a way to achieve it. I mean, you can shop at a store like this, but you can never fully comply with the diet in that era.
That's right. There are many advantages to this diet, but there isn't an exact way to eat just like they did. All you can do is eat the closest you can.